And I love you, random citizen.
Good morning. What's up? Welcome in, everybody. Still waking up, but oh hey, what's up? We got Nervex, Red Content in the house. Welcome in, guys. So today, good news all around. I sent out the NFTs. So Rad Content, you being one of those, you now own that picture of you in a black hoodie with the Akatsuki emblem, the Naruto headband. So congratulations. Keep your top shot as well. Welcome. Yeah. So ignore my eyes. I did only get a couple hours of sleep.
Hey there, I'm a happy little Penguin V.
Hey, Penguin V. What's up, V-Vox? Good morning. Already made a tweet on it. I will have to retweet that. Thank you for the heads up. But yeah, so we sent out pretty much everything that needed to be sent out. I also sent out creator coins. What else did I do? My lips are incredibly chapped. They're actually scarred. So if that's what you notice, it's because my my lips so chapped that they split, and so now they're still healing. So if I'm talking and you can see me, you know, like scrunched up like this, it's because I'm trying not to stretch them, because that's how that happened. Anyway, today we're going to be working on our Ragnarok game jam. We want to keep the game simple, but we also want to explore you know, new ideas, try to add some custom flair to it. We're also going to be looking at presets. So Alex Kamisaze had asked me to investigate some of the bugs that occur with presets. So a couple people have mentioned presets resetting. So VVox, you might be someone I consult with, where presets are essentially wiped. So we want to try and recreate that in a way, so that's something we're going to be looking for. Roxy Miguel, I've talked with a couple times, and he also has experienced this, but it happened randomly, so we do want to try and recreate that, where the presets are kind of like disappearing. So, love the tweet. Thank you very much for that content. Make sure we tweet that out. Also, Rakondad, now that I have, you know, put out, that's weird. I've put out all these NFTs. I know you mentioned you wanted one for Holly. And so we are opening up the store for more of these custom commissioned NFTs. 10 coins is the new price, but for you, I'll make an exception. VOX redeemed chapstick. Hey, I got some, but it's not really helping. So hopefully, over time, my lips can heal. So I'm trying not to, excessively smile. So don't make me smile. You dreamed a filter. Nope, just a lack of sleep and chapped lips. Keep your tongue shut. Allow me to throw money. Well, Retcon Dad, you have coins. So we'll investigate and see how many coins you have. Go West, good morning. Redeem JoJo filter. Wait, let's see if it works.
Hello. Hi there.
Hi there.
Hey there. I'm a happy little penguin V.
So, for whatever reason, I still haven't updated that. I'm gonna take a look at it real quick. So this is the JoJo filter. The be continued. I'm just seeing if I can change that upside down portion real quick. It's also not freezing it, so it's supposed to like freeze my face. So if you guys are curious what I'm looking at here, let's see if I can put it up on screen. But yeah, essentially I have a list of actions that happens, and I can't really zoom in here, but this is the JoJo meme. So we can take a look. OBS is like, oh, change the scene. So it changes to that to be continued scene after 3.5 milliseconds. So roughly 3 seconds, maybe less. It changes, it applies that color, so like a yellow, kind of orange. It freezes the camera, that's what it's supposed to do. And then it turns it off. But we also saw that a couple of settings were wrong.
Hi there. Hey there. I'm a happy little penguin V.
Happy little penguin V. But yeah, that's how that works. Alright, well, we're gonna hop into the Game Maker. Thanks everybody for popping in, saying hi. Much appreciated. I'll make sure to reply to this tweet. Thank you. And sorry for the delay. Glad you like it. Yo, good morning, Apex Mick. How's it going? All right. So, if anybody has suggestions on where to start and use it maybe as like a learning tool, let me know. Like, let's just say you want to explore quests in your own games, and maybe there's like a specific type of quest you'd like for me to work through today. I'd be happy to do that. So as you watch, and tune in throughout the week and next week even, do let me know what you're struggling with, if at all, and I can try and help. Well, welcome in, Apex Mick. Gotta sit in me with a VC. Sounds good, Retcon Dad. We'll make it happen. But, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So, we are making a castle in the sky, in a way. So that's kind of like the end goal, is the player is going to be heading to the castle in the sky and defeating the main enemy, this lich that would then, once we kill him, send us back to our home world. Loud Meta, what's up? Good morning. And thank you, Loud Meta. I appreciate you. I just literally met you yesterday and you're like, hey, take a subscription. Roxy Miguel. Just the wolf I needed to see. So Roxy, Alex had asked me how to recreate that preset bug. So I know you DM'd me about it, but how presets were disappearing. So if you know how to like recreate that, I would love to pick your brain. Yeah, welcome in everybody. Good morning to you. So what we're going to be doing today is working on our quests. We'll probably try to make a little quest area here. So that might be the first thing I do, just to warm up. A little bit of a set design. So if I get focused, you'll know why. Make a preset exit GM. So I did try doing that a few times. Sometimes it saves. And as of last night, I haven't been able to recreate it. La Meta, didn't we meet yesterday? Oh, you've been watching me since December. Well, La Meta. I'm very glad to have you around. I guess I haven't read your name before, or at least not often. And so that's something I do want to encourage for those of you that maybe don't like to chat. You are always welcome here. So if you know, just like to watch, hi, how are you? Welcome in. I'm kind of guilty of that. I'm usually lurking streams. I'm not an active chatter. Mainly because once I start chatting, like I feel like I'm obligated in a way. So we're gonna have some bridges here. Oh, you did change your name. Okay, Loud Meta. I wasn't sure. Let me turn on your laptop. Oh, no worries, Roxy. I was just curious if you had any hunches. Apex Mick had a question. How do you consume a pickable asset to give you health or some sort of boost? So a pickable asset is a unique case because collecting it means you would have to pick it up, as in like walk on it, touch it. And then pickable is like literally interacting with it to pick it up. So that actually limits what you can do in terms of consuming. But yeah, we can take a quick look at that. So do I have... Oh, nice. So I made this a long time ago. It's a little heart here. So we can use this as an example. So this is going to be a pickable object. Yo, Fred and Ferd, what up? Good morning to you. So this pickable object, we can interact with it. By default, pickable means touching the object. So E, to interact, will allow us to carry it around. So in this kind of example, Apex Mick wants this to be pickable, and then we can consume it at a later time. So we can give it that collectible component, which it looks like I can't give it a collectible component. That's interesting. So because it has pickable, the collectible is not selectable. So, for example, this is generally alphabetical. So climbable, defeat, drop. So collectible would have been in this first section. If I remove pickable, here's collectible. That's interesting. So, in that case, there's still possible chance here that we can do that. It does require a little bit more setup, but we can still make it happen. Let's see. So we can carry it around, and we want to give it a message broadcast. And so this is where the healing comes in. So we're going to do message to send is going to be heal. And this is going to be a big heal. So we'll do 100 health points. And it's going to go specifically to the avatar. So the avatar tagged is by default the player. And you can double check this, and you can edit this to a different tag in the global parameters. And we have these tags just on the front page. So avatar, we can see the avatar tags. So we can change that to whatever we like, but by default, it has capital A avatar. And so we can see this message broadcaster, excuse me, is going to heal us for 100. But here's the interesting point. We will do a wait and only have it one time. The message required, I'm going to set up to be a unique asset. So this unique asset, we're basically going to have 2 in 1 so it can communicate. And so one of these is going to be the pickable, the other one is going to be the broadcaster. So we can see I've kind of split these two. So we had the one that was pickable, and then that message broadcaster we just set up. So the pickable one, I am going to make as kind of the default. You know, we carry this around. Ooh, this is a fun problem, but so I'll just tell you what I'm thinking about. You pick it up, you carry it around. You have to destroy something that is attached to it. So maybe, let's go back a couple steps. How many times do I have to Control Z? Wow. So Control Z only goes back a few steps. Interesting. Going back a few steps here before we duplicated. So I do want the message broadcaster and pickable on the same one. Instead, I want there to be a destroyable one that's going to be like a child of it. So this child has the health component that when we decide to consume the heart, we slash it. So we're going to kill it. We can also interact with it and it would do the same thing. But again, that's where the pickable component was the problem. So we can't interact with it. So interaction is not the correct answer because we're picking it up. So if we pick it up, that is interacting. And so we want to carry it around. So this is the solution in a way. So basically when we destroy this heart, it's going to send out heart.1. We're going to hide the health bar. And that heart 1 is being sent out. So we're putting it in this section. And we're going to send it to any hearts. So heart.1 is being sent to our main pickable version. And that's going to heal us. So basically, when we slash and destroy this, it's sending out the heal message. So we'll make sure this works, and then we'll kind of break it down, because I did stumble through it in a little bit. Okay, so this is going to be our main, and then we've connected the child to it. The child can be invisible, no problems. And we'll even put them on the same thing. And then finally, once we've consumed, you know, our heart, we do also want to destroy it. So we don't want it to stick around. So we're going to give it its own health component. Hiding it. We also need to tag it. So it has that heart tag. And so instantly it's going to kill it. But we can give it a delay. So it's going to essentially spit out that healing message to us. And then after a short delay, destroy itself. Let's see if this works.
Okay, everybody, I'm here. I'm here. The party starts now!
Yo, what's up, OG Shakespeare? We are kind of working on some new mechanics.
Foxmaker Mark, that should be your catchphrase.
What's up, Mark? Welcome in. OG, how was your stream? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. So, yeah, just to catch up with chat, keep your top shot. Yes, you can tweet or share a tweet. Please, feel free. Roxy, you have 10 preset save. We're cool. Okay, good. Cool. Jay Onha, yay, I'm glad you got your NFT. Congrats. That reminds me, OG, I hope you checked your OpenSea. I finally sent out all of those custom 3D NFTs. Thank you, everybody, for your patience, by the way, with that. PG Live, what's up? Boxmaker Mark, welcome. Sparky Snickle, Miss 11, how are you?
Really, on a scale of 1 to 10,
You are an 11. Noble RK, you also got your custom NFT, your Noble Lion. Gee Whiz, welcome in, good morning. Grievox, how are you? Wicked. Drakusha, welcome in, my friends. Yes, keep your top shot, yours as well. So, if you guys wanted to explore the gallery, let's see, it should be in my panels. Just to, I guess, demonstrate real quick. So if you ever want to explore it. And this has all of these, you know, characters here in our stream. So that's Keeper, Radcondad, Vivox, OG Shakespeare, Noble RK. Among many, many more. You can go to this little panel here, NFT Gallery. You'll be able to walk around and explore. And we have 2 more that we're going to be adding before the weekend. But check it out. This is our 3D NFT gallery that you can walk around in like a video game. So these are all the characters. We've made 28 so far. And I've got 2 more that I'm finishing up. There's Maxi Mac and Caratros. Yeah, there's Radcondad right there. Saw yours too. Yeah, Vivox. So Vivox is the first person to have a second character. It's Alt V. She's a Pokemon trainer. Here's OG's. Voxmaker Mark. O24K. Keeper Top Shot. Jay Onha. Delectronics. And Maddox of Furia. And then Halfd0rk. These are just placeholders. But if you guys wanted to explore and take a look at all these characters, you'd be able to do so following that link. And I'll even share the link. So copy, link, paste. So that's the gallery if you'd like to take a look. And yeah, I was just taking a look at this before you came in, OG Shakespeare. Thanks again for the raid. And I noticed we can actually see the invisible heart. You can see the blue translucent line. So that's a bug. And I'm not quite sure why that's visible, but it is. But at least we can pick this heart up, and then when we're ready to use it, we destroy it. It heals us. So I do need to take some damage here. Let's put a little lava pool. We'll do damaging blocks. Lava. Damage, we'll do 40. Yeah, it's still there. Wait. That's so interesting. So the invisible block is actually coloring it. Okay. We destroy it. So it didn't heal us. So we gotta take a look at that. But it did destroy based on the health component. Sends out Halfd0rk, which is going to the heart. This one here. So Halfd0rk is the message required. So let's just ensure that it is currently being healed. So I'm going to change the message for this one. So we got to make sure it's sending out the heal first. Which it does. So it does send the heal once we destroy it. However, the new problem is I can't use the same message to do two different things on this asset. So we saw that it healed me. So it's reading Halfd0rk. But if I were to also attach the health component with Halfd0rk, it's not registering the message broadcaster, which was sending out the heal. So we can see now it's destroying it. So it's actually using the health component and it's overriding. So what we can do is on a different place on our map, we can have basically an intermediary, so a third party. So that way our heart can be destroyed. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Basically we have to have this third party, and we can carry it, you know, on this heart as well. But because, you know, the pickable asset had that message broadcaster, which we want the message broadcaster to be close to the character, which we also don't need that. So I'm actually going to make this a second time, just for fun. This is a cool little problem, so thank you Apex Mick for suggesting this. But just to finish this specific heart, and how it would work with the third party, we're tagging a new asset, we're giving it the health component, it's waiting for Halfd0rk, and it's going to spit out Halfd0rk, so it's like an intermediary. And that's going to be going to the same thing. So Halfd0rk is now the message that will completely remove the real heart, the one that heals us. So now, if I take damage, destroy this heart, it heals me, and it's destroyed. Great. So we can actually simplify this a little bit, which is always good to simplify your mechanics. And sometimes it takes like what I just did there to understand how to simplify it. So what we're going to do is set up the message broadcaster, the same one that's healing us. So we're going to send out that same heal message. Keep in mind, if you do want to heal, you can use this structure. So just the word heal, semicolon, number. And so it's all next to each other. You can also do that with damage. So it's the same thing. But we're going to do select or specific tags. And this time we're just going to use the broadcast range and do the entire map. And so this will heal the avatar no matter where we are. Right? So wait before broadcast. This is going to be our heart. This will be the third one, .3. Obviously, you know, we made 1 and 2. And so that was just an example. So this is just a new example. So Halfd0rk. And so it's waiting for that message, and we're essentially going to have the same thing, but only one asset. So we're just simplifying it. So we're going to have a pickable with a health component. 1 health. When we destroy it, it's going to spit out Halfd0rk. And that is going to our message broadcaster. Just make sure we have the correct tags. So same idea, except this time I'm using one asset, this heart, that I pick up. I can carry it around. When I'm ready to use it, I slash it one time. It's going to be destroyed, and then it's going to send that message to this message broadcaster, which is going to be hidden somewhere on the map. And because of the radius, it can heal me anywhere on the map. So that's the simpler version, and we discovered it just by working through it. Pretty cool art gallery. Thank you, Apex Mick. Get one when they're 100k. Yeah, they'll be more valuable. So PG Live, you need to use a preset of a preset. You had that on your quest maker. A preset of a preset is a good idea. Is that... Are you talking about PG Live? Because I know I was a little slow to respond. For the bug? Raconda, it's almost as if the heart transplant and the heart can spawn and slightly one off the other, making the visual bug. Yeah, I'm not quite certain why the invisible one is visible. I think it has something to do with the parent-child structure. Let's take a look. So if I were to remove the child, it looks as though, yeah, now it's completely invisible. But if I put the child back with its parent, still invisible. Okay. Let's toggle it. Enter in. Click it again. Hide it. So I think it has a lot to do with the visibility of the message broadcaster. That's what's causing this error. Also, I was hiding the wrong one, it seems, so we'll make sure we target the correct one. So yeah, that's interesting. Excuse me. So you can totally use that invisibility with a message broadcaster or asset spawner that has a toggle on it for visibility, and you'll be able to make a quote-unquote ghost asset. That's actually kind of cool. So some of you might find some uses for this in your own games, is having that kind of ghost asset, which is essentially having a parent with visibility toggled on. So that's what I'm assuming is giving this kind of translucent invisibility state. So if we just toggle it real quick, yeah, it's still invisible. And if we remove it, it's normal invisible now. Put it back on. Yeah, so I'm able to reproduce it. So it has something to do with the toggle of message broadcasters and asset spawners. So that's cool. That's neat. Yeah, anytime, Apex Mick, if you have any other questions. So, is it easier if it's a collectible, and then the user can just go into their inventory and consume it from there? So, if it's in your inventory, which that is a great idea, Apex Mick, but we're limited by what we can do with things in our inventory. So, if I just, let's use a ball, or we'll use another heart as an example. So if I pick this up, we'll notice that there's not really much I can do with it once it's inside my inventory. But I like your thought process, because what if we had like potions in our inventory that we could consume? I hope that becomes a feature, but right now, you'll see when I pick up any asset that is not a weapon, it appears in my key items, and we can see here that my drop function is not selectable. So I can't drop it, I can't consume it, there's nothing I can really do with it. So that's the only problem, but if we had, let's say, a weapon, so we'll do the Alpha Sword. And give that a collectible component. This operates differently. So this is the one we just picked up. You can drop weapons. And continue to interact with them in that way. If you drop a weapon that wasn't in the game, you should still be able to pick it up, right? Yeah, you can still pick it up. But the weapons from the game itself, like, let's just say I entered into this specific game, I picked up that specific Alpha Sword. So we can see I have 2 in my inventory, but you can have this one heal you, for example, when we collect it. So we can attach a message to it. So we'll do collect message. We can do the Halfd0rk that we just set up that heals us 100. So let's try that. So I'll take some damage. We can pick up the sword and it'll send that message that heals us, right? And we should be able to repeat this. So VOX actually used this in her Plurful game. And it was a teleportation mechanic that she set up. However, it looks as though it's a one-time thing. So once it's in our inventory, it kind of wipes it. So let's take a look at my health. 61 out of 100. Picking up that sword did nothing. Picking up that sword did nothing. So it does appear to be a one-time collectible. And then once it's in our inventory, that is going to prevent it from doing anything else. Because the message and whatever else is on the components is not saved. Cool stuff, though. And Paul, welcome in, Paul. I don't know if I said hi. If the heart was equipment, we could drop it on a special platform to be destroyed and get health. That's true. So yeah, having that tag. So as Paul mentioned, just adding a couple extra steps, we might be able to customize this. And I'm totally down for a detour like this. This is a fun, like, science experiment. So let's take a look. Let's make a quick platform. We'll use a carpet. We'll probably want a couple carpets just for, like, a bigger platform. And we'll just hide, like, a detection in the middle. One thing we noticed when we were dropping the sword is that it had a very large, like, offset. So it was like dropping it, you know, a block to my left, a block to my right. It was very random. So, we're going to have a detect radius. So it's going to be a message component, detect entity. Why isn't it possible? Why not? Roxy. Why isn't it possible? I can't do a Christian Bale voice. I tried. Trying's the hardest part. So this is going to be looking for the alpha tag. So we are going to give this the alpha tag. And what we can do is when this asset detects the alpha sword, it'll send out that heal, which we already set up to be on Halfd0rk. Obviously, we would rename this to be something more concise, but for now, this works. And so when it notices the sword, which the sword, we can't, like, literally pickable component, pick it up and move it. We have to collect it, walk over and drop it. That's when it'll detect us. So for now, take a little bit of damage. I'll pick up the sword. We'll take a little bit more damage. We still had the alpha sword with the first collection, but we'll drop it now. And we can see it's offsetting it, so that's a little bit annoying. So maybe I'll have to increase the detection range of this. So let's bump up the detection range a little bit. Try it again. This time I'm going to remove that initial heal, just because we're not using it. We pick up the sword, drop the sword, and the heal went off. So the only thing that's wrong, or I should say annoying, is that pickable, or I'm sorry, that drop feature is offsetting it by a large amount. So like, it's working multiple times, which is a great thing. But the sword is being dropped randomly away from the character. It's not like right in front of the character. And that's going to be with any asset. So like my hat, it just offset it by like how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, like 5 different blocks. That's just annoying, I suppose. I'm gonna blow my nose. Oh, catch you later, Roxy. Enjoy your swim. Mighty fine, if you say so, OG. Oh, Apex. When I say detour, I go on detours willingly. It's kind of like mechanics like these. I like to explore and understand a little bit more. So it's never a bad thing. Never a bad thing. Okay, well, that was a fun little experiment. So it's 8:43. We'll probably play marbles in a couple minutes. Until then, I'm going to be setting up quests and just casually building my little quest hub. So these characters here. Giving them purpose. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're all having a nice day. Yeah, we definitely got to put Buff Santa in the game. He can stay. Whoa. Excuse me. Buff Santa is just HD with a gray white hair. Hey, I wish I was a beefcake. Don't we all wish we were beefcakes? La Meta, you going for the Atari Game Jam? Well, based on time allotted, I want to at least finish this Ragnarok Game Jam. If I can, I would. But I found myself busy recently, so I can't really say yes. But I at least want to do this one. And we have enough time to finish it. I'm also not really making, you know, a masterpiece. I'll just be honest. This is going to be like a fun side project that I get to use the stream time for. But we'll be over the next 2.5 weeks. I think we have like what, 18 days, something like that, to finish this game jam. I'll be exploring mechanics and using it as like a teaching tool. So that's my hope. So if you guys have more questions like Apex Mick, please keep them coming. Love the questions. Yeah, that's what, you know, this game jam is going to be used for.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
How do you do, fellow kids? You want to see a ghost? Oh, right, Condad, what did I miss? You want to see a ghost? I'm curious on how they interact. Ooh. Are you talking about the hearts we were toying with? Sorry for missing that. Some good practice game-making exercise. Exactly. Voxmaker Mark, I'm screwed with your Ragnarok entry. I've been so tired. Just couldn't do it. Well, Voxmaker Mark, you have 2.5 weeks. If I understand what you're saying, though. And I hope, you know, whatever you're working on IRL goes quickly. And you're able to, you know, put a couple hours in. Because that's all you really need. It's just a few hours. And I hope you're able to find it. But I also know that life, you know, sometimes throws curveballs. And sometimes, like, 5 curveballs at once. So, let's see. Condad, we're going to check out an NPC. That's what you're looking for. How an NPC would be like it. Ooh, I see what you're saying. So, you want to see an NPC with the ghost feature. So, we're going to have an invisible avatar. Can you do that invisibility trick with an NPC? Yes. So Sparky summarizing. Thank you, Sparky. We'll do avatar, NPC, ghost. And then this will be the avatar, NPC, ghost. And I'm going to put A here just so I know anchor, A for anchor. This is going to be the message broadcaster. We're going to have the visibility set to true. For now, it's not going to send any messages. And instead, our character here is going to be invisible. And then lastly, this message broadcaster. I'm just going to place it out of the way for now. And then this character, because he's a ghost, will remove collisions. And now I can type in avatar. And we'll see the ghost and the NPC. I can attach the ghost to the anchor. It looks like it's working. But my spawn point is all the way over here. Check it out. It's a ghost. Yeah, so we're able to reproduce it relatively easy. So it's basically any message broadcaster or asset spawner as the parent. So we can see here we have the visibility toggled to on. And then the child, which in this case is an NPC, we have its default visibility set to off. So because the parent has this kind of override function, it's causing our child, which is innately invisible, to kind of reappear as though it were. Spooky! Gee whiz! Question, you want to have an appearance of an avatar passing an item and equipment to another avatar. Need to cheat it? Have an appearance of an avatar passing the item to another avatar. So do you mean like a character is handing a weapon to another character? So let's see, like Panda Pops is handing a weapon to Trix. Like we can simulate that. It does take quite a bit of setup. So like we can have our character here be an animated decoration or a door, one of the two. And she'll do the interact function. But she'll do it only when basically commanded to, using a toggle. So initially, she won't be doing anything, but we'll do like weapon dot hand over. And so that'll be when I talk to this character. So interacting with Trix here, we'll get that weapon dot hand over. And so that'll have Panda do the animation. It'll also have an asset spawn. So we'll do an asset spawner. Assets being spawned. This is going to be our sword. And it's going to spawn it once we get that message. So weapon.handover. So if we were to play through that. What is Trix looking for on the ground? I've dropped my contact. But yeah. I mean, that's an option. Good May! Hey, Wet Noodle, what's up? Just in time for Halloween. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this would make for a good Halloween series of games, as having these invisible assets. I hope somebody finds use for it. So GWiz, X-User, playable avatar. So that's an example. Okay. So the user, the playable avatar, walks to a podium, retrieves a gavel from another avatar, and strikes the gavel. So I know you're talking about multiplayer. We're very limited when it comes to multiplayer. So just as an example, Fungi Fort, last season, season 2, in Touche's multiplayer experience, there were pickable assets. If I picked up a pickaxe in the Fungi Fort, nobody else saw me holding the pickaxe. Same with the Easter egg. If I picked up the Easter egg, nobody saw it. And so that is where, you know, the conflict arises, GWiz. Is they're not currently synced. In the future they will be. Vizu! How's it going, VZ3D? Welcome in. Anyway, I use cinematic cutscenes. Cinematic, the best way to make them right now is to literally kill the character, spawn them, and wherever the cinematic is occurring, and try to spin them when they die. So basically you're respawning the character on a platform that is rotated a specific direction. Which I think is actually very difficult because the camera itself doesn't care. So, for example, if I die, and I can actually use some of the lava pools here. Oh, I removed the lava pools. So if I die with the camera facing this way and I walk like this, it's going to keep the camera facing that way. So that's the main problem that you have to kind of overcome. So it's going to respawn you, but the camera stays the same. And so Radcondat asks, do the ghosts give off any interactions, like walking around with things? Yeah, we could totally set that up. So this ghost here, we can have him as a citizen. Oh, is he gonna walk around? He does! Look, he's a ghost! And we can even check if we can interact with him. So we'll put a message component. Hello, I am Ghost. Hello, I am Ghost. Cool. Good morning, says Vizu. Is there a way to make a password-locked door inside multiplayer experiences? Yes. If you have played the alpha, you know about the codes that are attached with like color combinations. So it's, you know, like red 1, green 4, etc. You can have those asker behaviors, I believe, in a multiplayer experience. I'll be completely honest with you guys. Making a multiplayer experience is not something we can do right now. And we're limited by what can go into a multiplayer experience. I haven't made one before. So that's where the honesty comes in. So, like, to publish one, like, I don't really know what goes into, like, how to publish it as a multiplayer experience. So if I were to hit the publish button for this, like, there's no real way to differentiate, you know, enable multiplayer. That's a feature that you have to have, like, a flagged account for. And so I don't really know the criteria. But I do understand, you know, what can go in a multiplayer experience. We can have asker behaviors. So there are games right now that have asker behaviors. That means that we can have pages of dialogue. That means we can have a coded, you know, interaction with an NPC or a door. So to answer your question, yes. So just using that thought process, like, we have to understand, like, what is allowed in multiplayer. And so, yes, you can have, you know, doors that open. Yes, you can have dialogue within NPC, or aka a door with a secret code. And yes, you have to then pick the series of dialogues that has the correct answer for it then to open. And yeah, gee whiz, I look forward to seeing what you make with your gavel. That sounds cool. Foxmaker Mark, one game in alpha had a great cinematic cutscene. Yes, the snake serpent boss. And the way they structured that Voxmaker Mark is talking about, is there was a very clear opening, a very clear path that the player had to take. If you were facing the wrong way, you didn't get to see the cinematic, and that was a little bit annoying. But that's their limitation with the software. It's nothing they could have done. But they set it up to where it's like 80% of players are going to see it. But let's just say, as an example, I had walked into, you know, a room, but my camera was facing like this. Like I was doing like a cinematic walk. It's like, yeah, I've come to save the day. And then all of a sudden I can't continue. It's like, hey, what's happening? That's because, you know, someone made a cinematic where it freezes the character. So there's like a box around the character that spawns. Because in front of us, something was happening, something was occurring. But if I was doing this cinematic walk, I wouldn't be able to experience that. So it's like 10%-ish, and that's just an arbitrary number, aren't going to be able to see, you know, what was presented because their camera was not facing the intended direction. Oh, cool, Gwiz. That would be a great share. If you have it, Gwiz, I think a lot of people here would love to read that. Ooh. Alright, we're going to take a quick marbles break. But yeah, today had some great questions, so thank you everybody for supplying us with, you know, interesting experiments. That's one of my favorite things to do here on stream. Just kind of talk through mechanics. Competitive technical basement. That sounds fun. Ugh. The one thing we do want to try and break today is presets. And if I don't break them on my stream, that's something Alex had asked me to look into. Essentially, presets aren't saving when a unique condition is met. So we're trying to figure out that unique condition. Why isn't a preset saving? Why are presets being reset? So those are the things we're trying to recreate today. So I'll be working on those. And I already tested a few things last night, but no luck so far. So exclamation point play if you guys want to play. Also, the shop is going to be reopening by the end of the week. So the creator coins, yes, can be skadooshed. You can expend your skadooshes. Hey, Vox Machina. Vox Machina, I sent you your NFT. Thank you for your patience. But your custom sumo. Your Su-Man. So, what else? Any other announcements today? Yeah, the shop is reopening, and there are going to be community-featured assets. Basically, when we sell out of a certain community member's assets, we will replace it with another's. So, for example, Sparky Snickles headset. So when somebody buys it, I'm going to replace it with VVox's angelic headpiece. And so maybe we'll do like specific categories. So, you know, we'll have brackets. So the headset that VVox made, it is valued at 5 sand on the marketplace. So that's going to be 5 creator coins, roughly. Sparky Snickles headset is a little bit more expensive on the marketplace. So it's going to cost a few more creator coins. So that's the idea we're going with. Heck yes, Vox Machina. I love that you love it. Ooh, thank you, VVox, for sharing that information. One person said it was when they were uploading new assets that the presets disappear. Interesting. So, because it has happened to me before, and I can confirm that I have uploaded an asset recently. I'll have to test that. That's great. Thank you, V. Yeah, OG, I heard about that. That headset was well priced. Luckily, I snagged 7 of them, so those will be purchasable with creator coins. If you would like one of VVox's golden wings, congratulations on the sellout, V. That's such a huge accomplishment, so congrats. Alright, let's go ahead and race it. Put the hype music on. Oh, G-Wiz, I'm still setting it up. So it's going to open up this week. But it'll basically be like something we do on stream together. No, you're fine, G-Wiz. I haven't really finished these types of projects. I kind of like talk about them. And so they're not like tangible is the best way to describe it. It's not tangible yet. Alright, let's see it. First down is going to be OG Shakespeare, followed by Noble, Halfd0rk, Paul. Look at him go in his little race car. This is a crazy racetrack here. Excuse me. So hear me out. I'm kind of like imagining a marbles on-stream game in the sandbox. So we'll do like gravity-based assets. And I just name a bunch of balls after you guys. And we can see who just makes it to the bottom of like a Plinko machine. It might be fun, but I don't think it's going to be as interactive or engaging as these marbles races. Also like our viewer arena. We haven't done that in a while. Nascent Ooh, nascent. That's a good word. Yo, first one in was Halfd0rk. Congratulations. I keep burping. GG. Congrats, Noble. So I know a couple of you have like a lot of creator coins. So I look forward to seeing, you know, what you all purchase. Wouldn't it be funny if V just buys all of her headphones, her angelic headsets? It just laughs maniacally behind the scenes. Alright, congratulations, Noble. I'll make sure to write your name down here. Halfd0rk. Alright, let's try again. Let us go. We'll go to an official race. Let's try... We don't want a long one. All of these are like 2-3 minutes.
No! We suck again!
We suck again! Twisting tumble, let's try it. Hey yo, Halfd0rk, good morning.
I've lost my marbles.
Nervix. Sandbox in-game wild balloon physics. Ooh, yeah, that'd be fun. We gotta find a way to push assets. Right now, because of the way physics work, I think we're kind of limited. They kind of removed the fun part of physics in the sandbox. Woke zombie! How's it going, Woke zombie? Woke zombie, will you share your syringe with me? So if you see me putting chapstick on, it's not because I feel pretty. It's because my lips are scarred. You can actually see it. I don't know if anybody else gets chapped lips around this time of the year. It might just been like me getting dehydrated this week. Alright, exclamation point play if you guys want to play. We're going to start it pretty soon here. And then after this round, I'm going to hop back into the game maker. We'll be streaming for another 50-ish minutes before we wrap up. And if you have game maker questions, let me know. Oh, so pretty. Oh, thanks, Go West. Huh. Started yesterday. Okay, Nervex, I'm glad it's not just me. Thank you for telling me that. I thought it was just something wrong with me. Sleeping today? Woke zombie. If I had a bedtime story, I'd tell it to you. But you don't get no bedtime story. Alright, we're starting it. Good luck, everybody. Is it cold up there? I don't even know if it's cold. Coconut oil. Thank you for the suggestion, Nervex. And the wife. Thank you very much. I'll have to try it. I don't really have any coconut oil here. And they're off. I like the shading on this one. It's like cartoon. Loud meta the first down the pipe. Followed by Go West. Going neck and neck. Or should I say marble and marble. Anyone else close? No, everybody else is bunched up behind him. We're gonna get shot through the cannon here. Pew! Pew! Right down the middle. Both Loud Meta and Go West hitting it. Ooh, Go West! Getting a nice lead, just skipping over that obstacle course. Sorry, Loud Meta. Looks like Wicked trying to catch up here. Go West has a sizable lead now. We're right at the finish line. It's going to be a close one. We'll see who pops out first. Oh. Oh no, Go West got stuck. It might be. It might be. It might be. Congratulations, VVox. GG. So this noble is the ghost, so he's like our current record holder. So that's why you saw the noble. But congratulations, VVox! I thought you were trolling. I'm always trolling, V. Just so everybody is aware, VVox won 7 coins in the past month. So this is number 8. So V has like a monopoly on creator coins. Wasn't even looking. Racing blind. Yeah, well, I mean, it's all kind of luck. Also, channel point purchases. If you subscribed. So if anybody subscribes, you're also getting a creator coin. But congratulations, V. V bought one. Let's go, V. Alright, I'll be sending you 2 creator coins. Thank you very much, V. And congratulations. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, and then we're going to exit out. So, local leaderboard. Currently, our top 3 are VVox, Halfd0rk, and Go West. I don't count. So, it's VVox, Go West, and Karatros are our current top 3.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
And so, this is based on a monthly leaderboard. So, this is for the month of September. The top 3 are going to be getting Sandbox assets, valued at 5 to 10 sand. So, we'll pick one special. I actually do need to send out last month's still. I haven't forgotten. So I am sending those out. We had a hiccup with the Matic and Sandbox transition, but I have no excuse now. Now I'm just waiting for like low gas. Just to recap who those winners were Halfd0rk, Garnikin, and Nick Skull. So those 3 are all getting the VVox wings. And that was from the month of August. So, let's hop back into the maker. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you all have a fantastic Wednesday. And yeah, thanks for coming and saying hi. Or just lurking. Questions are more than welcome here. So if you have Game Maker related questions, I love to troubleshoot and figure out solutions with you together. Alright, let's get back into it. Okay, coconut water is stuck. Who puts water in a box? Darn hippies. Welcome back, Radcon Dad. Did the ghosts work? Yes, they do. Here, I can show you real quick. So the ghosts do walk around, and you can interact with them. So we can see him walking. Spooky! Hello, I am Ghost. So like we can interact with him. He's basically a normal NPC. I also remove collision, so he's more ghost-like. I'll probably use this as a feature. Like maybe you'll encounter some ghosts up in that castle up there. Yeah, I feel like this is from a recent Game Maker update that this has happened. Because I know I've used parents before with visibility on and assets still toggled off. So this is really cool. Bug? It's probably a bug. Like, pretty sure this would be considered a bug. But let's not tell the devs. This is one of those types of bugs we forget to report, everybody. So, there are bugs worth reporting. This is not one of them. Hint, hint. You know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Garnikin! What's up? How are you? Garnikin, if you didn't know, I owe you a custom VVox made wing headpiece. Do I have it in my inventory? The golden wings. You won these from August, and I apologize for not sending them out sooner. But I owe you one of these. Hmm. Yeah, we can put these guys up here. Put them in our castle. Hmm. So weird. That's cool, but also troublesome. We make them unable to be hit unless you do something. Ah, interesting. Thinking Dark Souls on Orlando. Let me Google that real quick for the reference. Right, content. Fun fact: I was scared of Dark Souls when they first started coming out. Like, I assumed it to be like a horror game, but now that I'm into Elden Ring, like, I'm probably going to be revisiting most of these. Like, I realized I don't really get scared that easily. I was just, I guess, scared of being scared before. But I'm definitely going to be revisiting some of these games. So Anor Londo is basically a haunted area. Got a lot of specters, ghosts. But I like that idea, so maybe we can play with this. So let us visit this. I'm gonna make a little section so I'm not interrupted by other NPCs. We have these citizens. And what we can do is easily, we could pick up an item, you know, in a different location and then respawn these citizens with the correct settings to where we can destroy them. That's the easy solution. That's probably the best solution, to be honest. Excuse me. And so for that, I'm going to set up an asset spawner, and we're going to use a preset. So we're going to be making a preset here. This is actually getting a little bit more complicated than I thought, now that I'm thinking it through. Because if we're spawning a new asset, it's not going to have that ghost feature. And if the ghosts are walking around, we would need to parent something to the ghosts. Interesting. Okay. Let me see what I can do about this. Okay, so what I'm going to try, and this is where our heart component can come back in. So these hearts, once we pick up a certain item, they will spawn inside of our NPCs. But the kicker is, these NPCs are walking around. So to have that heart follow the NPC is going to be a little bit more difficult. But I kind of want to play with some of this, just for fun. The ghosts have sights for arms? Oh geez, that sounds interesting. And Orlando is a golden place. New and Orlando, or the Sunken City, has all the ghosts. They have to use an item in order to hit them, or be undead yourself. Oh, that's cool. We could totally use that concept. And perhaps make the player undead somehow. Or perhaps give the player the ability to see the undead. I think it'd be very fun. So our health components, we don't want them to be interactable until a certain event. So basically they're not going to be seen. They're going to be, for our example, we're going to have it like floating above his head. But I would probably put it underground once we've set it up. So once it's working, I'll put it underground. But for now, we're going to put it above his head. Next up, we want to name this. So Avatar NPC Ghost. This will be Avatar NPC Ghost Health Heart. So I'm going to parent it to the ghost. So we have like a trifecta of parents right now. The new problem is going to be our heart here. Following once it spawns inside the character. So we're going to see what that looks like. So I'm going to have a sign, or just simply this character here, that when I interact with them, it's going to do spawn.ghost.heart. That's going to be a new message we set up just for this example. So spawn.ghost.heart. When we interact, that's going to destroy and respawn to tag to our ghost once the message is received. Let's see what happens. My ghost is actually invisible right now. Interesting. Okay, so we were able to recreate this using the message broadcaster. Maybe asset spawners do not follow that same quote-unquote bug we found. Is that true? Or maybe I just had the wrong setting. So we want visibility on. Okay, I just had the wrong setting. So asset spawners do work. Make an area that just hurts you every once in a while, like it's possible to make it through it. But if you do what you're supposed to do, then you can see the ghosts and take them out, making it safe. I see. So the ghosts are what's hurting you, right, Radcon Dad? That's what you're thinking? Or have two different types of ghosts, one that can't be hit, and then when you do the correct thing, they all despawn, bringing in the ones that can be hit. Oh. Oh, excuse me. I think it's possible. That's actually, the way you've described it helps me to understand a solution a little bit better. So right now I am using the same asset. So for example, I'm using this character and then giving him extra things. But the way you described it helps me understand that I can have this character and then basically have a duplicate of him that spawns later. That has, you know, like a health component attached to it. So that's something we can do. But for now, I do want to see if this heart will respawn inside of him once we set this up correctly. So I'll interact. The heart spawns inside of him. And it does follow him. And the heart is visible. That's actually exactly what we were looking for. However, the heart now has infinite kind of like respawns. So we would need to set up a new mechanic to where once we kill the heart the first time, it zooms out. Yeah. My camera is helping. Thank you for the help, camera. I think it can make for some compelling mechanics. Yeah, the red heart. Exactly, Redconda. That's what I was looking for. But yes, I think this ghost mechanic that we kind of stumbled on it has a lot of potential. And I love that it's making you consider some cool game mechanics as well. So I think we could totally use this in our game. I was intending on having this palace up here be infested with like undead, and then the end boss was going to be like a lich. And so I'm going to totally use this ghost mechanic at least a few times. The health heart feature is fantastic. So essentially we'll find like an item that allows us to see the hearts of these characters. But the kicker is, right now the hearts are in an awkward place. So right now they're spawning at his feet. So we do need to kind of give a new respawn location for the heart. And then we also need the heart to have a secondary health component. That way it can only respawn one time. So it respawns once, and then we have a new mechanic kick in to where the second time it dies. So the first time it dies is when we talk to this character, for example, and that is what causes it to spawn inside this ghost. But the second time it dies, we need it to remove the ghost. So this is a new mechanic we need to set up, and so we can figure that out. And then also these ghosts, I need to give it essentially a new heart or a core for our heart to spawn on. So we'll do, it could be anything. We'll use a lamp for now. I also want to test something. So we're going to have this lamp. Basically the pivot point is going to be where the heart spawns. So that's the pivot point. I'm going to give it a message broadcast, and I'm going to turn this invisible. And then this will also go into that parent hierarchy structure. And so I've now added a new asset, but this one we want to be completely invisible. So it's basically a second message broadcaster. The first one was this one here that everything's connected to. So the second one, we want it to be completely invisible, and that's very interesting. It's currently fully visible, and we set it to be an invisible toggle. So right now it's not supposed to be visible. So stacking message broadcasters and or asset spawners with visibility tags causes them not to work. Let's see what happens if it's invisible. And if you have the check mark for visibility, it completely hides it. Just to make sure it's there. Okay. So that's not consistent. Yeah, the shadow's up there. So that's the visible one. So that one has a shadow. So obviously I'm not going to keep it there. For our testing, it's right there. But yeah, that's actually good to note, Redconda. All our invisible assets do not have a shadow, but that one does. So that's good to note for sure. But this lamp is not consistent. However, I can checkmark that. Yeah, that's unfortunate that it's not consistent. Wow, that's so strange to me. Yo, what up, Tom? Welcome in. Okay. So by toggling it off and on, it completely hides it. But if I were to toggle off and on this section, oh, it's still hidden. Huh. That's so strange. It's bugged. So right now, it's supposed to be invisible because this message broadcaster has the visibility tag off. So, but it's clashing with the parent, which has visibility on. So right now, it's completely invisible. So that's so strange. So the parent says, hey, everything's on in the visibility. And then this child is like, hey, I'm invisible. But if I toggle it to where it's double invisible, and then recheck this back on, it reappears. So I basically turned double invisible on, then back off. And now it's visible again. So it's inconsistent in terms of game mechanics. And toggling that on and off also made it completely invisible. So I am curious what saves and what doesn't save. And then when we talk to our NPC here, it actually causes the heart to become visible, and once more, it's still following the asset, which is a good thing. That's a very good thing. So here's our ghost.heart.respawn. That's where we want to send our heart. And I do want that heart to be the new, like, lowest child. So we'll save it. So that way I can destroy the lamp that we have this character walking around with. And when I destroy the lamp, it will also destroy the heart. The lamp will always be there. Okay, and now the heart is invisible completely. Inconsistencies. So strange. Fun though. I don't know. Making discoveries like these, this is always fun to me. So we'll put the heart back as a secondary job. But why? Exactly, Lucas. How's it going, Lucas? What did I miss? Tom, I missed you. That's what. Yeah, so we're playing with ghost ideas. So essentially, we have a parent. Thank you for the reminder. Lucas, good morning to you. So we have a parent asset that carries over visibility states. But our parent asset, we can see it has a behavior, asset spawner, or message broadcaster. Both of these can do this, where it has a visibility toggle. And so this is an override feature. And these children of this asset, so we can see this one asset controls all of them, are currently set to be invisible. The visibility toggle is off. But from new updates to the game maker, I guess this might have gotten overlooked because this is technically a bug, but we're not going to report it because we like this bug. By having the visibility set to on, it basically makes the quote-unquote invisible asset and its see-through, version, what we see, because the visibility is set to on. And so it's a really cool feature that we kind of stumbled on. And the NPCs work as intended. They're just, set to invisible. And now we've started staggering more of those visibility toggles. And they are relatively inconsistent at this point. So by toggling this visibility on and off, I was able to make it completely invisible. But now it's not even working. I think we have to maybe enter in. So this is, again, something that shouldn't be visible, but it is. So for example, all of these are set to visible. But if we hide it, it's completely invisible now. So rather than have like that ghost like his friends, now it's completely invisible. And so that's where the inconsistencies lie. And yeah, I just like documenting this in a way on stream here with you all. And then one more thing we can do is have a message that respawns the asset. And so we're giving this ghost a heart, for example. And so now the new mechanic we're going to be adding is with this ghost heart. The next time we kill it, we want it to remove the ghost. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, very cool mechanic that we kind of stumbled on today. Good morning, 9A7A. Welcome in. Morning, Lucas. You start using this so HD would say he missed me too. What? V? You know I miss you. You give me many reasons to miss you, V-Box. Gee whiz, that reminds me. Time to wake up your child. Princess! Oh, that's cute though, gee whiz. But yeah, welcome in everybody. I hope you're having a nice Wednesday so far. May it go quick if you're at work. May it go slow if you're taking the day off. And if you're here with me, thank you. I appreciate you just popping in and saying hi. It's always nice. If you're lurking good. What's cooking, good lurking? Alright, so now that we have this set up, I'm going to set up a mechanic for our heart here. I want the heart, when it dies for the first time, to actually enable something else. So that enables something else. So what can I set up here? Looks like I removed our previous experiment. So I'm going to just have a lamp over here that gets enabled. This is going to be a message broadcaster, so MB. We'll put message broadcaster on it, and we're going to do a toggle behavior. So it'll initially be off, but once we have the ghost respawn mechanic enabled, so again, spawn.ghost.heart. That was the message we were using, so we're going to use that for this. That's going to enable the message broadcaster. And then the next time that our heart dies, it should send out, whatever message we're looking for here. So we have to consider some options. Marin Rad, what is Marnin? Oh, Lucas, I had to read that with having a stroke. So as soon as I started having a stroke, I could read it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Stressed, depressed, lemon zest. Wouldn't it be lime though? I do like lemons though. I think it fits better. I'm just being a troll. Alright, I need to focus on this. I'm being distracted.
It's time for Daddy to make some funny.
For the
I'm trying to be funny. Back from the school drop-off. Welcome back, Fred. It is now time to make some funny. Fred Ferd, you might find this interesting, and maybe you can use it in your own games. keep in mind, guys, like if we discover a mechanic here, it's free game. Like, I'm not going to claim it as my own. I'm not patent pending any of these. Like, these are discoveries that are part of the community now. But yeah, Fred, we were discovering ghost mechanics inside of ghost mechanics. So we have the ghost here that we can spawn a heart inside of him, and he walks around with it. And so what I'll be doing is setting up a new toggle behavior that the next time the heart dies, it's going to completely remove our character. So that means I'm going to give our main asset spawner here a health component. So this will allow us to completely remove our entire structure, our hierarchy, once that first message is made. Kingston, dude, what's up? How you doing, Kingston? Oh wait, yeah, they're real. Go, sorry. Fred, in video games they're real. In real life, they might not be real? Question mark. So message being sent. This is going to be specific. We're going to actually have to make unique message broadcasters for each ghost, but that's okay. So this will be ghost.1.die. We'll just keep it simple for now, because we're just testing this. This isn't that important. But we're going to do this await before broadcast. And it's only going to occur once. That way, behind the scenes, it's not repeating this message. It really doesn't matter, actually, because we're only going to kill it, and then it's going to destroy itself the second time. Anyway, message required is going to be when our heart is killed a second time. So because we have a toggle behavior on this lamp over here, it's not going to be working at first. So the first time we kill the heart, which we set up to where we talk with this character, that's the first time the heart dies. This heart here that's floating. So the first time it dies, it's actually going to turn on the message broadcaster. The second time the heart dies, it's going to completely destroy our ghost. That's the intention. So let's take a look at this heart. We're going to be sending a message to our message broadcaster. So this will be ghost.1.mb. We'll do mb.on. I know it's a little bit lengthy, but I'm also using this message just for our research purposes. Because that message probably won't make it into the final product, but just for research and understanding it better. So that means the spawn, or the message that we're looking for, is this one here. Okay, let me pick a different message, because this one actually doesn't help. So we'll do ghost.1.heart.respawn. That's what's literally happening. So the ghost.1.heart.respawn, when it respawns, it's sending out that same message, so we understand that's what's happening. And so when that occurs, the first time, our toggle behavior wasn't on, so it doesn't matter. Great. And so this one is waiting for the heart to respawn, and then when it's killed a second time, because the first time it wasn't on, so this wasn't working the first time. The second time, now that it's working, it's going to receive that message and then kill our ghost. And to kill the ghost, we're doing the parent. So the parent has a health component. And so this parent is waiting for that final death message, the ghost.1.die. Yeah, let's save it. Hard to catch everything. Oh, no worries, guys. And if you're lurking, I hope you don't feel the need to apologize. Lurking is natural. I'll just say that. Like, if you're here, you're pretty much supporting me as a creator, so thank you. You don't have to chat. Chat is optional, you know? Okay. So we spawned the ghost. And then it actually had a delay there and killed him. So our toggle message does need a separate kind of like middleman here. Also, this asset was toggling on because our asset was respawning. Okay. So we just need like a middleman here. So we're gonna do spawn.ghost.heart.2. I'll save in a second. Thank you. Lurking helps with the algorithm, very true. But yeah, chatting, I don't want anybody to feel obligated to chat. Let's just say like we have nobody chatting for like a couple minutes. That is actually something I encourage in a way because it does help me focus. But also it's not forced, you know, like you're not chatting just to fill the void. I think a lot of us just fill the void, you know, with noise. And I say that nicely. It's like me personally, I'm here to, you know, work and show you guys, you know, game maker tips and tricks, and I want to answer questions. But if we're just, you know, chatting about whatever, it's not exactly productive. But at the same time, like I encourage it because, you know, we're a community. It's just a chat room. So if you want to chat, feel free. Let's see. So spawn.ghost.heart2. And then ghost.heart.2 is turning it on. So this prevents the asset from basically destroying itself the first time. Yeah, because there will be a delay. Yeah, I have ADHD. AD Halfd0rk. Thanks, 987A. Well, there's nothing wrong with it, Ratcondead. You don't... I mean, Ratcondead, I don't think you're super chatty. Say Ving? Oh, V. That's clever. I like that, V. You don't have to chat, Sparky? Sparky, you can chat anytime you want. Bug Zombie also with the utter nonsense. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Like, right now I'm just kind of talking, I'm just reading your words. And that goes for everybody here. Okay, great. Now our heart has respawned. We can see that the lamp over there has been destroyed. So now, technically, when I destroy this, it's completely removing everything. But our assets are kind of dying on a delay. So I think this needs to have a delay for when it dies. Let's see what happens here. So heart respawns. Interesting. Interesting. So it's not killing all of the children. And for whatever reason, it's just like leaving 2 of the children behind. So that's strange. It's supposed to take it all with it, you know? Huh. So, that's so weird. Okay, for my own tests, I'm going to try destroying it. Let's see what happens. So I think it has a lot to do with the respawn aspect. So for example, when I kill this, and then kill the main component, it's these assets, these childs, are not going with it. But if I kill it directly, okay, so the children specifically do not operate in the same way as the first child. It's funny to say it out loud. So the first child follows everything the parent does. The second children, so both of these are second children, they follow everything the first child does. But if the first child is destroyed because the parent was destroyed, nothing happens to the second children. They're just kind of left behind. So essentially the parent determines what everything does because there's a chain of events. But the second children, because they're attached to the first one, won't do anything if we quote-unquote destroy the first, the actual parent, because they're looking to the first child for advice. That's so awkward. Cool. Kind of neat though. Slurking? What the heck is slurking? Sometimes you're sleep lurking. Oh, sleep lurking. Slurking. I've had trouble killing children, so I have had to make health components with instant death messages. Yes. So I guess that's what we're looking at right now, Fred, is having an additional way to kill these. My first thought is using a void component. But again, this is all to keep intact the citizen component here, because we like the ghost walking around. We can also have it to where the ghost is a melee enemy, so we want that ability for the ghost to move. So this is what we're trying to keep in a way. And so if I were to, spawn the heart, like that's the mechanic. That's what we're working through, is having these ghosts that then when you kill it a second time, it's going to completely remove it. However, now we have these assets that spawn. And it's so weird to see that lamp. But I don't think the lamp is a good asset to put inside of the body. We'll probably put like something small that could be easily hidden inside that heart specifically. I do have a couple assets that might fit. So this is going to be our new asset spawn, ghost.heart.respawn. Cool. Have you guys noticed the stun mechanic? So you can see the stun around him if you parry correctly. It does appear like the stun mechanic also has a delay. So I couldn't do it back to back. Or at least the animation had a delay, I should say. So back to back, the animation didn't play. But it did play right there. You can see the swirls. That's a cool mechanic. Okay. Save. Well, sorry, always trust your older brother. 97, that's something a firstborn would say. What about the asset that you mentioned yesterday that turns into letters? Oh, so that specific asset, I'll just show you real quick. I was making a font. So you can see in my description here, all, my planned font. I was going to make lowercase and uppercase letters. And it's a super tiny asset, and you're absolutely right. This would actually be a great quote-unquote core. It's incredibly hard to select. That's the only problem. So the core I'm using right now is at least a 4x4, so it's like... And it has an animation, so it looks kind of unique. So I think it fits the ghost a little bit better. But this, as you mentioned, is actually a great option too. So it's this tiny asset. It's literally one voxel, but it's also letters hidden inside of it. So if we were to take a look at it, now that I've set it as the A animation, all of those individual voxels were moved in 3D space to make the letter A. And so it's essentially like 30, or I think it's like 20 voxels that are all taking up the same space right now. So that's a little utility asset I was working on, but it's not really necessary at all. Like, it's kind of, that purpose is filled by the indicator component, and the indicator component is 100 times more flexible. You can change the size of it, you can make it translucent, you can change the color of it, you can use Discord fonts. So indicator component is just infinitely more useful. So I decided not to finish it and complete it. Anyway, with our ghost here, the problem is we're killing the heart responds. We kill the heart a second time. It kills the ghost, but it's not killing the heart. And that's because of our secondary child here. I'm going to be tweaking these settings over the week. I really like this mechanic, so I'm excited to work on it more. This one does have a weird offset, intentionally, of course. When I first made it, it's supposed to be like floating in midair. In hindsight, though, I would rather have it offset inside of the asset. So if I were to show you my after image, is what I named it, you can see it's already floating. It has this offset above ground. In hindsight, it was a bad choice, but it does have its uses. It just makes it easier to place inside of things. Okay. Well, guys, it is 10 o'clock. I'm going to be wrapping up things here. We'll see if anybody's currently streaming. Thanks, everybody, for popping in, saying hi. By the way, the store for creator coins is opening this week. So if you want to spend your creator coins, just keep that in mind. You can ask us. I'll probably have a command. So we'll do like an exclamation point store. And you'll be able to take a look at a PNG. And then when you're ready to purchase one, there'll be another command. Thanks, Sparky, Fred, 9A, Radcodad, Wicked. Thanks, everybody. OG, big shout out. Always rating, coming in hot. Thank you, OG. Big shout out to our friend OG Shakespeare. Have a good one. Thank you. You guys are all too kind. Philip Light, have a great one. It's just popping in. Tom, VVux, what's up, G Wiz? Oh yeah, keep in mind the NFT gallery is open. So if you guys wanted to poke around the new 3D NFTs, I'll probably make a Twitter post about it when I finish Halfd0rk and a Wet Noodle 1. They are going to be the last ones to add to our first 30. We're taking a look here for any English-speaking creators to raid before we leave. But if you guys want to poke around that 3D NFT gallery in its current state, which has 28, check it out. Little Legion, catch you later. Keeper Top Shot, Vox Machina. See ya. Thank you very much. Whee! Yeah, that's the link to the gallery.
Clean electrolytes on a mission.
Unfortunately, no English speakers currently live in the Sandbox. If anybody has a preference, let me know. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it. I'm awkward this morning. I'm gonna get some breakfast. Bye, everybody! Ooh! Escape from Artist, I see it. Toodles! See you, Apex Mick. Peace! Wiggle, wiggle.